What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Season 1. Now, I want to start this off by just saying that I was asked by multiple people, to cover this, and I greatly appreciate, I'm a man of the people, and I know you could say that as a joke, but number one, truly, thank you for those that ask, and I do want to make videos that you guys want to see. Hopefully, I can provide something to you because this is a weird video. Not going to come off and lie like this is some natural thing. So my opinion here is that I haven't played it, and that's kind of what I want to walk myself through and walk you guys through, and of course hear from you. Look, I think the thing that's made, and I don't want to boost my own ego, okay? But I tried to give this game the fairest shake I possibly could, right? And I came away disappointed. I did not like the game, and I'm sure we'll talk about that as this video goes, but I really try to respect opinions, and I try to do that not just with freaking Suicide Squad, but with the other 500 games I cover, okay? If you like Suicide Squad, if you like this Season 1, that's totally cool. If you hated it and you're here to hear me complain, that's totally cool too, okay? I really try to hear both sides out, but obviously I'm going to have an opinion of my own, okay? So just want to throw all that stuff out there. Again, it's a weird video because I didn't play Season 1 and I have no interest, and that's kind of what I want to go through. I don't want to force it, and I feel like that's where I'm at with this game. To me, I said this when the game came out. I don't think it was the worst game ever created. I do think it was a bad game. I would say that out loud, and I would still say it now. But again, full respect to those that like it. Different people can see a game, different ways. I know that's kind of shocking to some. But let me just say, I think there are some things you can absolutely isolate about it, where it's like, ooh, 5 levels, 5 different mission designs. That's kind of terrible. I think there's some things you can be very, very specific on in regards to why I believe this is not a good game. But again, my main takeaway was this game isn't the worst game I've ever played. I've played much worse games, but it's just it lacks everything. And the feeling I had leaving it is just I don't care. If I never heard about the game again after the first week in February, if I was never shown it, if I never saw it on social media, whatever, I wouldn't care at all. I wouldn't lose sleep. I wouldn't get excited. I wouldn't get depressed, right? I literally wouldn't care whatsoever. And now I will say, maybe controversially, that might be worse than outright despising something. And I don't know if that makes sense, so hopefully I can, get across the way I'm thinking about it. But I just feel, I don't know, does that make sense to you guys, where it's like, I could care so much less about this game, and it doesn't upset me. It doesn't make me happy. I'm not really like that, to be honest, and I think you guys probably know that from watching all these videos, but I do feel, in terms of the quality of the game, that that's not a good thing, right? A game being so forgettable is arguably worse than a game being so bad, because you remember, you remember that it's bad. Now, can I remember my thoughts while playing this? Can I remember the freaking game? Of course, it hasn't been that long, and I'm also not that old, but I don't know. That's the sense I got from this game. Okay, now fast forward to Season 1. So here's what I want to say, right? Going into Season 1, there was one thing I was afraid of, and some of the stuff I get, some of the stuff I don't get. So let me just kind of preface this all by saying that I was very afraid that there would be a grind required to get to the Joker content, okay? And when I say that, and what ended up happening is there was kind of an unspecified amount of things you have to do and levels you have to gain. Well, okay, there is an actual specified number you have to be in the endgame content, right? But people seemingly have gotten that by doing different things, or some people take 8 hours to do it, some people take 30 minutes. I don't know what those people are doing. I don't get it. I truly don't even understand it, if we're being honest with each other. But the thing that upsets me is kind of a few different issues. Number one, I just didn't want to do that stuff. And that's the feeling I left the game in, where you beat it, you do all the, for the mastery stuff and the end game content, and it just wasn't interesting. It wasn't fun to me. Again, does that mean it's not fun to others? No. To me, I just couldn't care less, okay? So I left the game with the intention, I said this multiple times, with the intention of returning for Season 1. But there was a caveat, at least in my head, and I guess it was more of like an unspoken thing, but I feel like you could sense it from me. If this new season was just more of the same, I'm not going to be into it. I think that's kind of fair from somebody who generally didn't like the game to then say, well, I'll come back for Season 1, but if Season 1 is the same freaking stuff, of course I'm not going to do it. And guess what? That's exactly what it is. Now, yeah, you unlock the Joker and you can pay for him. Now, I mean, that's a whole other thing. does it make sense in the current climate that we're in to charge $10 to, beat the system and not have to grind and just unlock Joker? Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Do I appreciate it? No, I really don't. You can't, like, normally I would say, well, I half understand it because you have to make money, right? I think if it's a free-to-play game and there's a way of grinding it out or paying for a character, the one thing you can just neutrally say, no matter what, is, and again, there could be good or bad about it, but you can just neutrally say it. Well, they have to make money. You've got to make money off the skins. You got to make money off the characters because there's no other way of them making money. For this game, it's a whole lot harder for me to sit here and say, they just have to make money, guys. Why are people so mad? Well, you paid them $70, a full price, the new full price, and then they charge you. Now, again, that's where I'd want to make sure I'm careful. You don't have to do it. And again, some people are unlocking Joker after 30 freaking minutes. So I don't really know what you need to do to unlock Joker, but I can understand people's frustration if it's like the theme, like the message, that's what they're kind of mad about, is like, well, no, or the principle. Principle is probably the right word, right? The principle of it is you already paid the full price. And so anything additional is already going to be a sensitive topic for some people. And that's exactly what it has been, right? Okay, well, what else? So you have to do this grind to then do levels to unlock Joker. That was the part that got me. I had said to friends of mine leading into this, like, I'll do the Joker stuff, even if you have to do stuff for Joker to unlock him, which is what you do, right? You unlock Joker at the end. I would do it, granted, caveat, if it's the exact same thing, obviously I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Okay, so you have that. But I was very, not pleased with the idea that you'd have to be a certain rank or a certain whatever. You have to have so much into the game already to then do the stuff to unlock Joker. And the thing is, I just didn't play this game much after I beat it. I did do some endgame content. I just didn't do a lot of it. Is that my fault, or is it the design of how they were trying to get you with Joker? I mean, it probably is a mix. To be honest with you, it is a game you're supposed to play for a while, even though, again, I don't think I had fun doing it. So, I mean, in some regards, okay, I'm very far away from the mastery rank needed to start the stuff. Is some of that on me? Yeah, it's on me. Is some of that on them? I think so, because I beat the game. I beat it from start to finish. Can I just do the stuff to grind to get Joker and then unlock Joker? Why do I have to do that extra part? I don't know. The final part is the most insulting part, I would say, though. The number one thing that I said, and there's videos to prove this, I talked about the story content. I am willing, and I'm still, I don't know why, but I'm still willing to let them play it out. Let's see what they got. If Kevin's got more lines, if whatever they do with the Justice League, whatever. I'm willing to see it out. Does it mean I'm going to like or dislike it? No, it just means that I'm going to see it out. The starting point, what they did to start is not a good starting point. It's not a good sign. It is laughably bad. Laughably bad. And I don't say that as a pun because of Joker. It's laughably bad. 1.5 minutes of cutscenes. 1.5 minutes. Now here's what was what I said. I have evidence, right, in past videos. I had said I'm here to see the story. Yeah, it's a shooter, third person, right? But it's also a story-driven game. Literally, the whole game is through the story, okay? So when you have a DLC character, when you're traveling to the different timelines or whatever, and I'm still in Final Fantasy mode, that's why I call it timelines, can we see the story? To hear that the cutscene, by the way, that we saw in the trailer when he walks in and he makes all these weird faces, that's the cutscene. There's no additional cutscenes. That's the cutscene. What in Jesus' name were they thinking? So, look, I mean, I could get much more mad at this. I'm actually, I think, staying relatively calm. But the thing to me is again, actually more disappointment. I thought there'd be more story content. Now, did they promise that? I guess not. Maybe I'm the fool. Maybe I'm the one who expected too much. Maybe I should have only expected less than 120 seconds of new cutscenes for a story game that's supposed to keep going. The story is supposed to continue and evolve and eventually have an ending. And you gave me, in the season 1, you gave me 1.5 minutes of it. And I just, maybe that's on me, but most likely it's not. Most likely, I think it is proper frustration. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here asking them to change. I'm really not. I am truly not. I don't expect the game to change all that much. Now, did I think there'd maybe be a few more mission varieties by now? Kinda. Do I expect them to finish the story? Yeah, I do. And again, as I've said, I want to hear them out. I want to see it through. Go ahead. Like, just do it. And I'll be there to at least maybe play it or watch it or whatever, and maybe I like it. Maybe I do. And you know what? I might, especially if they do certain things with the Justice League. I might like where the story goes. But this is just not a good starting point. So when I saw that, like the two things I saw for season 1 was the requirements to get Joker, and that was a cluster F of the internet. You know what I mean? There were fanboys of Suicide Squad defending it. There was people kind of neutral or whatever. There's also people that like Suicide Squad that were not defending it. There were haters that were just hating. Then there were haters that like had legitimate reason, I think, to hate. All these different camps. It was a bloodbath. It was terrible. Okay, so I saw that, and then I saw what actually I haven't watched. Like, I gotta be real. That minute and a half, didn't watch it yet. And I don't really even care to. But I saw that. Like, I saw people say this is how long, the cutscene actually is. And I pieced out. Right then and there, I said, nope, I'm not doing it. Again, is it other things as well? Yeah, like, do I want to go in and spend 5 to 10 hours doing the same things that I thought was pretty not good in the main game to just unlock Joker, who does sound like he's fun to play? People do like how he actually plays. Is the destination that much better than the journey to justify going through the journey? I don't think so myself personally. I'd prefer a better journey than if the destination sucks, but the journey was good. I'd prefer that versus the opposite. So I don't know. I mean, I'm still here, and I've never truly given up on it, I suppose. Like, give me something that interests me. And that's a subjective thing to say because it's my opinion, right? And what I like is not going to be what other people necessarily like. But look, if they do something big for, say, season 2, or season 2 is like in July or something, right? I don't like that this is going to take so long and they just get more and more bad will as time goes on. I don't even know if bad will is the right, but opposite of goodwill, okay? I don't think it's going in the right direction. And I don't know if they make it to July, but am I still going to be around to just see what happens? Yeah, I actually, to be honest with you, and this is why this is such a weird video, nothing has really changed. Like, this is disappointing, and I saw this bloodbath play out from kind of a neutral, like several steps behind kind of eyes, right? I mean, I'm still here, and I'm still kind of thinking the same stuff. Nothing's really changed for me, other than I guess they wasted season 1. This was just a complete waste of time, waste of effort, waste of whatever. I don't think it worked. I don't think it brought people back. If that was whatever the goal was, did not work. From like just a probably statistical point of view, I think if it was supposed to do anything, it did not work. So here we are again in the exact same place that we were a month ago. You know what I mean? Like, nothing has really changed all that much, and including myself, I haven't really changed all that much either. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I think what's cool is that there are some people that like it in this community, and I hope you know that I respect that. And I hope people know if they hate it that I also respect it. I think that's what makes this channel, hopefully, at least to you guys, a reasonable one, let's say. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.